welcome back to my channel. So today I want to do the luxury addict tag video for you guys. I was tagged by Fashionly Amy, Daily Sorry, and Rachel Zed, also known as XZ on Instagram. So I'm going to be answering these questions. So just as a disclaimer, these answers are based on my personal opinions, and this video is just for fun, so please do not take this very seriously. So the first question is, what was your first designer piece? My first designer piece was and is my Chanel wallet on chain in black lambskin and in silver hardware. That is, like, the reason why is because at the time I couldn't afford a Chanel Jumbo at the time, or Chanel Classic Flap at the time, because it was still too much money at the time, and it still is. But I wanted to get my feet wet with Chanel and kind of explore more into Chanel and see what all the hype was about Chanel. So I purchased the WOC, and another reason is because it has almost the same features with, like, the multiple pockets, interior pockets and compartments, and also the leather chain detail and the fact that it is a quilted handbag. So I wanted something classic as well, but something that wouldn't, like, break the bank as much as, like, a classic flap would. And at the time, the wallet and chain was at a fairly reasonable price for what it is, or like, actually considered cheap for Chanel. I for the price I remember, it was like $1,740 in Canadian currency, and with tax it came to just under $2,000. So, and now that it's, like, 2-3 years later, it's worth, like, what, $2,500, $2,600 Canadian before tax. So prices have gone up increasingly. Number 2, what do you consider your best investment? My best investment has to go hands down to my Chanel Jumbo Classic Flap, just because not because it's worth a lot of money, but because that is a bag that I know that trumps every other handbag in my collection. Because every time I want to choose a bag, the first thing that comes into my mind is the Chanel Jumbo Classic Flap. And that really does say a lot, because that means, one bag, that bag is like a one-trick pony type of bag. It is good for almost any type of occasion. Now, not technically like for travel, but, like, for day-to-day wear, casual, formal evenings, dinner parties, shopping trips, you name it. So that bag is used for can be used for multiple occasions. So, like, if I did not have any of these other bags I have here, except for just my Chanel Jumbo, it is totally money's worth. If I had just gotten my Chanel Jumbo in the first place, it would have been totally worth the money. And I would have, to be honest with you, I don't think I would have gotten all these other bags if I had gotten my Chanel Jumbo in the first place. But I did get it just last year, so but I think it's a really, really great investment piece as well. And also, it's a bag that just ages beautifully over time. Number 3, what is your criteria when looking to buy a piece? So I'm just going to use my Chanel wallet on chain just as an example. So first of all, I have to like the design of the bag overall. The silhouette, the decor that goes onto the bag, like the design, like for instance the quilting I love on this bag, the metal detail. I love any type of metal detail. It has to have a strong metal detail, like, feature on it. For in this case, Chanel is all about that. You have the beautiful CC logo, and then you have the beautiful jeweled or look-alike jeweled leather and chain straps. This is gorgeous. This is like my favorite part of the whole entire handbag. There are actually a lot of edgy styled handbags that use this design or copy this design. So I really like that, and it just goes with anything, almost anything that Chanel comes up with. Next is the inside compartments. Now, first of all, is the interior compartment or interior fabric or leather really good quality? Is it something that's, gonna wear and tear more often than the exterior of the bag? And, how user-friendly is the interior of the handbag? Just because I like the fact of to have organization in my bags, and the outside is one thing, but the inside is another thing that you must take into consideration, because that's what's really holding all your items inside. And the next is just leather and quality, and then the logo, the brand. So I have to make sure that the wear and tear of my bags will age gracefully over time, will that won't make the bag look very ratty. For example, like I've seen bags where the leather over time it'll lift because of the strap. So I don't really like saggy bags that do that, where the leather just, like, the structure of the bag just totally falls apart. And then the brand, I have to look at the brand to see if it's a type of brand. Looking at brands is very, very important, because designers like to put their actual brand name or their logo onto their bags. So you want to see if that brand looks good on the features of the handbag. Not just because they of resale value, but if the font, the name of the brand looks good when imprinted on the bag itself. And also another thing about the chain, I like all my handles to be very nice and sturdy in the hand, meaning like I like it when it just feels hard wearing, sturdy, good quality in the hand. I don't feel like it's spongy or it's going to like break off the bag. So that is one main thing I have to have on my bags. So number 4, what has been your stupidest / most regrettable purchase? That would have to be so 2 items. First one is my Louis Vuitton Ellipse PM that I used to have. I did sell it because it was a bag that it was beautiful. It's beautiful to look at on a shelf, but it's not beautiful and practical to wear in your daily life. It just did not go with my aesthetic. I thought it did because I've never seen it in person because it is discontinued. So I ordered it off of eBay, and it just was not doing it for me. So I sold it within a year, and I did get some money back because the retail value of that bag has actually gone up a little bit over that year. So, and then the next one is my Chanel L-Zip wallet in black lambskin with silver hardware. The main reason is because there's 2. It was very, very thick. So it was a compact-ish wallet, but it was very, very thick, and the leather was just wearing out too much and too fast. For example, every time I would even if it was just in my Neverfull, I would use it, and every time I would take it out, I would always find the edges or the corners of the leather being scuffed, either from the stuff inside my handbag or from me just simply pulling it out of my handbag, and the zippers or the sides of the handbags would just rub up against it. and I had to be very, very careful. I have pretty long nails at times, depending, like, my nails are strong or not. Sometimes I would scratch it and it would just really peeve me off. So I had to get rid of that, and the resale value was horrible. So that was one regret. And then, if you have sold any of your luxury goods, have you ever had seller's regret? And yes, but only for a slight moment, until I remember, hey, I can use this money towards a new bag or towards something else. And once I figure out what I'm going to use that money for, then I start to not feel so bad about it. The only time or reason why I feel bad or have seller's remorse is because I just start remembering all the time and care and effort I took into, when using this bag or item, and, the money that I did put into it, and just a whole, like, I guess just more of like an attachment I had with it, but there wasn't that much history to go with that bag, so it was fine. Number 6, what is a piece that you think everyone needs or should have? Now, if we're talking about just bags in general, I think everyone should have, I know this is like kind of cliche, but, if you are a person that, starting out, doesn't want to go off too big, wants to start off small, I would say like something from Louis Vuitton, like a classic, like either a Speedy or a Neverfull MM. It's a perfect size. There's two ways you can wear it: out like this, or cinched in. It looks more like a handbag rather than a tote. That or Chanel perfume, just because Chanel perfume is one thing that Chanel is also known for, is their perfume. So, and their bottles or perfume bottles are just super gorgeous. They're a classic as well, and they won't break the bank. So I think fragrance and a Louis Vuitton Neverfull would be great addition. And you can dress a Neverfull up or down, because you can cinch it, or you can put charms on it, or just because of the silhouette and the print. I think all prints of Louis Vuitton, they really do dress up a very casual outfit. So, number 7, what is a piece that you think is overhyped? I think, okay, this might take long, but people, please do not get mad. I'm gonna have to say Hermes, specifically just Hermes in general, but also, like, if we're talking about bags, the Hermes Birkin and Kelly. First off, I'm saying Hermes as a whole company because I don't personally don't agree with their kind of sales tactic, that in order to have an Hermes piece, rather, in order to purchase a Hermes Birkin or Kelly, you have to be, on a wait list. You have to, you just have to be part of their clique, I guess you could say. I think of Hermes as kind of like, now if you watch Mean Girls, it's just gonna be an analogy, that they're kind of like the Regina George of the luxury handbag world, and then Chanel and Louis Vuitton and YSL and all those other brands are all on their own, trying to be like Hermes, the Regina George. So it's like, but you're never gonna get there, because you're not that company. And in order for you to be accepted, you have to be a certain way to be accepted in the Hermes Regina George clique, and I really don't like that. I personally think that's a poor business module, because it doesn't, it just makes people want your products for the wrong reason, just because they want to be part of a club. And that's just my thinking. I mean, Hermes does make beautiful bags, but I wouldn't say they are something to just like fall head over heels about. Just my style. My style in general is Chanel. If I were a handbag, I would say Chanel, because that's definitely me. But in Hermes and Hermes, Birkin and Kelly is definitely overhyped. But I do think it's gorgeous. Overhyped because it's a very very plain bag. Plain, but it's a very beautiful bag, but not worth the hype. Where if you were to buy it in the resale market, you would pay double the price. That is just insane. Because I think a handbag should not be unattainable. Just saying. That's just my thoughts. But yeah, so that's what I'm gonna say, because I don't want to break anyone's feelings. So number 8, what is on your wish list next? So it's really hard because I am sort of done with handbags, but I think I want a handbag that isn't a Chanel or Louis Vuitton. Possibly, I'm still thinking, I am really, really still on the fence of a YSL Sac de Jour. Now, I have been for like the past year, so, and I guess that's the reason why I haven't got one yet, is because I've been wish-washing about it a lot, and I've been seeing it out on the street a lot, so it's a very, very popular it bag at the moment. So I don't know, something, a large black handbag that is not Louis Vuitton or Chanel, because I want to explore my horizons a little bit further. Next, probably like a watch, a luxury watch. I did at the time really, really like a Baume & Mercier watch, but I've been reading reviews that the resale value for those watches are not very good, and the quality isn't as fantastic as some other watch brands. So maybe I'll like still again look into Cartier. And for jewelry, I would really, really like more jewelry, specifically from like Tiffany and Company, and more Hermes click clacks. Even though I did say that Hermes is overhyped, Hermes's click clacks are amazing. They are my favorite thing of Hermes. Not so much the handbags, but I really like their click clacks. And then also, I would love to get more shoes, luxury, comfort shoes, like the Chanel espadrilles or more Todd loafers. Just because I'm done with heels. I can't wear heels for long periods of time, and most of the time, they are like inappropriate for my lifestyle. So that's that. And I can't really think of anything else. I'm pretty much done with SLGs. I have a pretty big like collection of SLGs already. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what's on my wish list. So I know it's still vague. All these items I've listed or given to you from my wish list they're not priority. They're just something nice to have, and maybe something I will get eventually, but I'm in no rush to get, because I have everything already. Those are just unnecessary add-ons to my collection. But yeah, so that's my luxury tag. I won't tag anyone just because this tag has been out for a very, very long time, so I'm not sure who else has not done it yet. But please let me know in the comments below what you think of my answers, if you agree with some of the answers I gave or not. I would really like to know. Please follow me on Instagram, Catherine is a cat. You will find my daily bag choices, outfit of the days, things I'm up to on a day-to-day basis. So thanks everyone for watching. I hope you have a great and fantastic day. Bye bye.